But yo, all right. So real quick, let's get through this. The power of awareness. I want to touch on this renunciation chapter real quick for a couple different reasons. Not going to read the whole chapter, but y'all know these chapters are only, 1 or 2 pages mostly. But let's get to it. All right, renunciation. And I'm just reading the highlights. There is a great difference between resisting evil and renouncing it. There is a great difference between resisting evil and renouncing it. When you resist evil, you give it your attention. You continue to make it real. When you renounce evil, you take your attention away from it and give your attention to what you want. Now is the time to control your imagination and give beauty for ashes. This is a quote: give beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. I didn't highlight that part, but just wanted to, read the whole thing. You give beauty for ashes when you concentrate your attention on things as you would like them to be rather than on things as they are. All right. You give beauty for ashes when you concentrate your attention on things as you would like them to be rather than on things as they are. You give joy for mourning when you maintain a joyous attitude regardless of unfavorable circumstances. You give praise for the spirit of heaviness when you maintain a confident attitude instead of succumbing to despondency. You become a tree of righteousness when the above mental states are a permanent part of your consciousness. You are planting of the Lord when all your thoughts are true thoughts. He is I am. All right. He is I am, as described in chapter 1. I am is glorified when your highest concept of yourself is manifested. Whew. Prune your imagination by withdrawing your attention from all unlovely and destructive ideas and concentrating on the ideal you wish to attain. That one hit hard, bro. My big bro Rick's in the building. Yo, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bez G back. Bez G, man, forget the book. My peoples is here. Bez G back. Love you too, big bro. Bez, wake up call, checking in from Madison, Wisconsin. All right, yo, so renunciation. I had to look up the definition of renunciation. It means the formal rejection of something, typically a belief, claim, or course of action. All right, so when we look at society right now, are we rejecting certain things that we see that we dislike? Are we resisting them? Are we renouncing them? And it's funny, as I was reading this is saying when you renounce evil, you take your attention away from it and give your attention to what you want. That's something that I struggle with. When I see something going on in the world or anything that I may see is not righteous, we always talk about that good versus evil battle. When I see those things, for me, it's natural. Like, yo, you got to say something. If you don't say anything, then that other side that keeps using these bully tactics, pushing whatever their agenda is, it's going to keep growing. And in a lot of situations, we see that's what's occurring today. Whereas stuff that we couldn't believe would be okay in our minds 5 years ago is now becoming the norm. And I see that as a problem because I see it as, oh, that's because nobody's stepping up. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's actively resisting. But then, and I do it's not a Bible study, but I do, I don't know, kind of just a conversation with some close friends of mine. I did it yesterday. And that was one of the things that I was, applying, where it's like, yo, we got to say something. Like, you can't just sit back, where the lesson was mostly, be kind, talk with the tongue of milk, all these different things when you're resisting evil, when you're resisting all these things. And for me, I'm like, nah, give it to them direct, say exactly what it is. And you got to fight back against it. Just use the same energy that they're using and maybe more. But of course, be smart, use strategy and tactics. But what I'm receiving, maybe I need to try a different strategy, because instead of giving it attention by using my style of resisting, I'm still giving it life. I'm still breathing life into it rather than just ignoring it and putting my attention elsewhere. And maybe that's kind of the path that I'm in right now, where I'm transitioning to a point where instead of giving this certain thing attention, instead of going on and saying, what the hell are y'all talking about kids getting gender changing surgeries? Instead of going on and, being aggressive and direct with it, maybe the answer is something that I never thought would be the answer. And it's maybe just leaning into religion, leaning into something that has the principles that align with what I believe in, rather than saying, I don't like that, that's wrong, all this stuff. Maybe to say, maybe the real answer is to offer something else that people can grab hold of. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I told y'all, it's natural for me to just go back, just like Rick saw at the dinner when my other homie, Jason, he decided to get jokes on these fly ass glasses. And I'm like, bro, like, you really want to go there? Like, come on, bro. Rick saw what happened, and that was just my natural response. But maybe it should be a little bit different in a setting as far as when it comes to society and whatnot.